Of the best epic nukers in all of Raid Shadow Legends, you see Genbo the Dishonored brought up all the time, and rightfully so. The guy's a beast. I recently-ish tested Ethelyn the Golden. He impressed me as well, man. A damn good alternative void epic nuker. To Genbo, we give morag hair flowers recently in a recent episode of Busted or Bad. In this one, we're going to be deciding once and for all whether the controversial Magnarr is actually worth building. You see this guy brought up all the time in videos talk about the best epic nukers in the game, but there's just as many people who talk about Magnarr and say, you know what, he's fine, but for the amount of epic skill books that he costs to fully build him out and get his cooldown reduction and the damage bonuses and stuff on his A2 in particular, he's just not that useful into many areas of the game, and he's not worth building, right? So decision is kinda split on this guy. I'd love to hear what you guys think about Magnarr down below in the comments, but in this episode of Busted or Bad, we're gonna be putting Magnarr through the paces. Gonna put him in the best possible PvE build that I can possibly put him in. Test him out in Hydra even, where he's actually got a 4-star rating, by the way, on hellhades.com, so let's see how he does there. It's gonna be interesting. Then we're gonna put him in the best PvP build I can possibly muster, and just clap some cheeks in Arena. That's gonna be great too. Before we fix up his build, if you're gonna set up a new Raid Shadow Legends account, man, in 2025, make sure that you get it done right now using my beginner promo link, which is down below at the top of the video description box, man. You're gonna grab yourself Elnaril as your starter legendary champ, as well as a whole bunch of epic champions as you level up that account, man. It's the best possible start you can get your hands on in Raid. So yeah, make sure to be signed out of Plarium Player on your PC. Click on that link, use that link to create your new Raid account, and as soon as you are done with the in-game tutorial on your new account, Elnaril will be waiting for you in your new account's inbox. You'll also grab Ugo as one of the epics as you level up your account as well, man. So top tier quality epics included in the promo link as well. Okay. Let's do this. Right, Magnarr Kit Rapid Fire Breakdown, right? His A1 is an attack 1 enemy, 65% chance fully bugged replacing decreased defense debuff for 2 turns, has a 100% chance instead if the target is under HP ban. The A2 is usually kind of his bread and butter skill, especially in PvP situations. Attack all enemies, place an extra hit on enemies without HP ban debuffs. And this extra hit, by the way, has the same damage modifiers as the initial hit, meaning it hits pretty goddamn hard twice, which is why he's one of the most solid, at least early game-ish PvP nukers. Just take 5 skill books to get its cooldown down to 3 turns. Also has a 50% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn on enemies under HP ban debuffs. Interesting options there. The A3 is an attack 1 enemy on a 3-turn cooldown bucked, applies a debuff spread effect, taking 2 random debuffs from the target, placing them on all enemies under HP ban. Also increases the duration of all burn debuffs on all enemies by 1 turn. And his aura is kind of weird. It's allied defense in Doom Tower battles. For like an HP-based champion to have a defense aura is weird on its own, but then it's in Doom Tower battles only, where does Magnarr really excel in almost any Doom Tower battles that require defense percent? I'm not really sure about all of that. I'm not even gonna lie, man. This is like my favorite part of the video, is the switching of the builds. Ooh, let's try them out in PvE scenarios first. I've already pre-saved these builds ahead of time. My current Magnarr stats, by the way, are fine. I've kind of let him fall by the wayside a little bit. His crit rate is just lacking a little bit, and I've never really fixed it. He's very, very slow. He's got ungodly HP. The crit damage is, you know, reasonable for where my account is. Well, check this out, man. Boom, dude. Oh my god, what an upgrade this is. Okay, so he actually loses about 9,000 health. The speed is improved as well, which is just lovely. I'm also going to go ahead and switch over to his PvE accessories. Gains over 100% crit damage while also maintaining a little over 300 accuracy, so at least into like hard Hydra and stuff, he's going to be able to we're going to be able to put him to the test all up and in there. Yeah, let's go ahead and equip this up. World's most powerful Magnarr, boys. Oh yeah, one more thing. Cat's gaze. I've once again made the sacrifice of all of my Chimera resources for you guys for this video. Pull the cat's gaze again off of my He-Man, and I'm just never ever gonna have a good supply of Starstone just sitting around on this account ever, man. It's just never gonna happen. I just remove artifacts too much, relics too much. Anyways, man, his final... Wait a minute, we could also roll this up too. Well, not roll it up, because we couldn't possibly get more damage from this based on the stat rolls, but I can also throw some glyphs on some of this gear. Okay, and there we have it, man. So the final stats for the PvE build, 91k health, nearly 400% crit damage. Oh my god, dude. Alright, man, tight. I mean, I ruined like 6 of my other champions builds in order to put this together, but let's go ahead and take this out for a spin. You know what, man? Let's start off with Spider, right? Let's start off with a spectacle, man, because Spider's den, you know, big AoE damage coming in from Maggie. He's actually pretty damn good at just cleaving his way through a stupid amount of spiderlings very, very smoothly. Okay, so this is the team that we're going to be trialing Magnarr in. Thor's just there as like a backup damage dealer, to be honest, to keep the spiderlings under control, because Magnarr's A2 is a 310 cooldown, so he's going to need a little bit of help taking care of the spiderlings. We've got Weaken coming in from Estrid, decreased defense coming in from Deke, and then as the aura lead, I'm going to put in Bivald just for the HP aura in all battles to even further increase Magnarr's HP, because of course that's how his damage scales. And so let's just see what he can do, man. I'm kind of curious. I haven't ran any tests, of course, like before recording. I never do with these videos, and so we're going to have a few attacks rain on in first. There's the AoE Weaken real quick. There's the blah 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 coming in from the Bivald, and now it's time for the Magnarr to shine against these just primed and ready spiderlings. Let's see what we can do, man, with this A2. Ooh, dude, okay, that was pretty cool, man. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. To be fair, like 180k-ish damage on a double hitter, so 2 lots, 360k total. It was like 350 to 400,000 damage or something across all those spiderlings. With that A2, not bad. Not bad at all, man. Now, of course, Magnarr does have the weakness of, again, his A2 being a 310 cooldown, so he needs a lot of extra help, sort of taking care of the spiderlings as well. 1 or 2 additional nukers, or an AoE control champion plus another AoE nuker in the team. But dude, those damage numbers are pretty saucy though. They're just lovely to look at, more than anything. Another point to note as well is because he's just a pure raw AoE nuker damage dealer. He's still not bad into hard mode spider as well, where just killing the spiderlings often and on repeat, just one of the better strats for taking on hard mode spiderling, because every time you kill a spiderling, it deals like 3% max HP damage to the boss in hard mode spider, and so he does have some scalability as well into hard mode spider, so not too bad, man. How does his damage stack up against the Thors? Yeah, the Thor has 2 big AoE skills. Magnarr's only got the 1 on a 310 cooldown. I don't want to make too many excuses for him though, given that this is just a weakness of Magnarr. In general, he's a little bit of a one-trick pony when it comes to what he can do. It's kind of all about his A2, and as soon as you find a legendary nuker that you can get fully booked out and can do the same job, but better, because a legendary nuker's always going to do it better, you kind of find that your Magnarr drops off quite a bit. At least that's what I felt, as beautiful as the damage numbers were to look at. And alright, next up, Hydra. This is the very, very support-heavy team that we're going to go ahead and run a Magnarr and Ninja combo into. That way we actually be triggering some HP burns, having some HP burns for the Magnarr to perhaps spread across all of the Hydra heads as well with that A3. It's going to be a very, very difficult thing to judge, man. But yeah, just a very, very support, like survival heavy team, I think. Let's just get on in there and see what we can do. It's only hard Hydra, by the way, which is deliberate. I kind of just want a little bit of an easy ride here, and just to see what kind of damage numbers he can put on out. So yeah, 10 quadrillion debuffs go up right away. HP burns only land on 1 single solitary nerd. And unless I'm mistaken, did the Magnarr actually just drop his A3 on the head of Mischief just now, and it did not spread? It didn't spread a single goddamn thing, which shouldn't be too surprising, given that all of the Hydra heads basically have all the debuffs anyway. Would have actually been pretty lucky for it to spread the HP burn specifically, but let's also, we're about to roll out his A2 just now. Let's see what damage numbers we're looking at. You know, not too bad, man. Not too bad. Which it shouldn't be, because he's built with 400% crit damage and 91k health, right? Like, we've really tried to max him out as much as we possibly can here, but still, not too shabby in terms of numbers there, man. Alright, dude. First decapitation is already underway. Magnarr comes in with the smack for 352k damage with an A1. Not too bad. I gotta admit, by the way, like, this is a little bit off topic, but dude, I need to, like, account takeover myself quite urgently, and yeah, really focus on what's good about Magnarr's turn again, by the way, in just a second. Gotta really focus on like min-maxing my Hydra teams, dude. 620k from the A3 there. I'm not really noticing the debuff spread anything all that useful just yet. That's probably because like we've already got so many debuffs up on the Hydra heads, it's not really spreading anything. Magnarr's A3 is about to come up again just now. There it is. Ooh, but see, because the HP burns were now up against the decapitated heads, he only hits those once, so little bit of a drawback there as well. Gonna be quite curious to see if he keeps up with the ninja's damage more than anything, man. And so with that said, and with my rambling coming to its natural end. Let's just go ahead. I'm just going to let this fight play out for like another 5 minutes, and then we'll check on how the damage looks. Ooh. So situations like this where the boss actually gets up a couple of stacks of its Poison Cloud debuff. This is where the debuff spread effect on Magnarr's A3, if he chooses to use the A3, could actually be very, very useful indeed, right? He's just going to hit any of the Hydra heads that already have HP burn. It's going to increase the duration of the burn, which allows you to hit through Poison Cloud, and will also spread debuffs hypothetically to other Hydra heads that already have Poison Cloud. Maybe that works like that. Not quite sure. Debuff spread is kind of like skills and abilities and effects that increase enemy debuff duration. It's like, how do you judge the value that you're getting from something like that? It's kind of tough. Oh man, I'm gonna let him get in one more hit and then we'll end the fight right there, man. And then let's actually compare his damage versus Ninja. I have no idea what the hell to expect here, to be honest. It's really hard to judge Ninja's damage as well, to be fair. Given that it's like HP burns and HP burn triggers. Oh my god, dude, would you look at that? I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually quite surprised. I'm actually quite impressed by that, dude. Now, this is partially due to my Ninja build not being completely refined, but he's in a pretty good build, you know? And of course, it's also partially due to the fact that we put all of the best gear on my account on the Magnarr for him to be able to do this. But still, it is actually, I think, a little bit more impressive than I was expecting. I was expecting the Ninja to outdamage him, but I was expecting the Ninja to outdamage him quite handily, to be honest. Not quite the case. Now, of course, does that mean I'd recommend that you put all the best gear on your account on your Magnarr just to do less damage than a suboptimally geared Ninja in Hydra? Not really, but still. And now the time has come to switch up the build to the PvP build, man. The moment y'all have all been waiting for, dudes. The good old PvP test, the live arena style test. We're switching them on over to lethal. As you can well see, the crit rate is actually a little bit lacking, which isn't ideal. 93% crit rate in the PvP gear. He also takes a big hit to the amount of crit damage that he's got, but his speed is much, much better, which is going to be more useful in live arena to have a slightly faster NUKER, paying less and less attention to his accuracy, of course. Most important thing is that, yes, we're losing a batch of crit damage. However, the Magnarr being in a lethal set is the most important thing, right? He's ignoring an extra 25% of enemy defense, which is very, very crucial for PvP. So let's take him out for a spin. Right, man. Last pick Magnarr out of nowhere, off the top rope. Let's do this. Live arena coin toss time. Are we faster than our opponent, or do we instantly lose the game? Okay, we actually have a chance. Good stuff. Okay, with Queen of Hearts, I'm going to try and peel off the stone skins here. We're only able to get one of them off. We get another attempt here with the Odin. Yes, dude. Yes, and the Magnarr's actually going to get to go. Let's do this. Pretty good. Didn't actually kill the Ancora, though. That's a little bit of a surprise, not gonna lie. I thought that the Ancora would definitely be dead. So the reason that we didn't one-shot the Ancora is because she's magic affinity and we landed a weak hit against the Ancora. Actually hit the Estrid in that last game for like 170k damage total or something, so pretty damn good, to be honest. The Ancora incident just threw me off a little bit. Dude, why is our man's in just every single game, dude? I mean, it's like 70% of games have a bloody Armands in. I actually genuinely think that if you just removed Armands from the game, probably the average enjoyment of just the average player's experience in live arena would probably increase by about like 38% or something, just instantly, from just deleting Armands from the video game. Like, it's kind of crazy, man. Not only does he have to absolutely own you, but he has to laugh at you while he does it as well. Like, what's all that about? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, surely we get to go first, which we do. Very, very good. We should also be able to cleanse that true fear off of us right now. Boost 10 meter even more. Am I going to ally attack here or remove buffs? I think we're going to try and remove the stone skins. We only get the one of them. It'll have to do. Do your thing, Magnarr. We've got no decreased defense here, by the way. Not bad. Couple dead. I'm still absolutely terrified of Taras, and of course the Wukong is going to be popping back up again pretty soon. Okay. The Freya's just stood there. Oh, there we go. Okay, the Wukong pops back on up. Okay, never mind. He just leaves. Okay, good stuff. Lovely. I appreciate that. Oh, we get ourselves a couple of chickens. How lovely. Next test, just maximizing PvP damage in a classic arena go first team style setting. let's see what we can do here, man. We've got the weakened debuffs, we've got the decreased defense debuffs in this team. Doesn't really matter what kind of buffs I bring to the table for Magnarr because he's an HP-based champion, so only so much we can do there. Let's go ahead and land the decreased defense on everybody. Hold them all still. Oh, the Archmage helmet is too slow. Okay, so we're actually missing increased crit damage here, but let's just go in and throw in an attack anyway. I mean, that's pretty succulent. That's pretty tasty. That's well seasoned, right? It's tantalizing to look at. It's just delicious. Okay, let's get the increased crit damage as well. Okay, we went in and... What the hell are you doing, Odin, you bloody idiot? Why would it not open with the A2 in that situation, man? Sometimes the AI in this game is just trolling, man. Okay, let's try that again with feeling, shall we? Well done, Estrid. Lovely stuff. Decreased defense goes up. The increased crit damage buff then goes up. And now the Magnarr is ready to truly prove his quality, as Faramir would say. Not Faramir, as Denethor would say of Faramir, man. Okay, man. Pretty gnarly stuff, man. Pretty crunchy stuff. Yeah. Great. It's pretty remarkable that Loki has dodged almost everything so far in this. Well, dodge this, you son of a gun. Oh my god, he actually did. Little does he know, there's a Magnarr here, man. With a huge A3. Which gets dodged again. Dude, I just hate this champion. Just needs to stop existing in this game, dude. Magnarr A1? Oh, come on. Maybe Loki should be up next, man, for Busted or Bad, given how much trash has talked about him in the past, man. Guys, time for the verdict, man. Time for just the honest truth. First off, my experiences with Magnarr is when I first pulled him, I was still a relatively new player. It's one of the earlier game epics that I pulled on my account. I'd only been playing the game for like 2 or 3 months at that point, you know? Didn't really know what I was doing. Frankly, I used him as a NUKER for about 2 or 3 months, I want to say. Mostly in Tag Arena, and that's really the only use I ever got out of Magnarr on my account. Well, that and like faction wars, right? Like the obvious stuff. Wave content where you can only use Demon Spawn. Point is, even pulling him very, very early on in the game, my experiences with this champion were that he was so niche and so kind of one-dimensional in what he does. Basically, all of his kit's power is tied into his A2, and you're relying on this being a double hitter, that I ended up just not using him that much. However, truth be said, I did get extremely lucky when I first started playing Raid, like way back in the day. One of the earliest tournaments I was ever entered in on my account was the goddamn champion training tournament, where the first place prize was the Archer Queen legendary. Okay, so I got mega lucky with one of the best Spider's Den champions just one of the best champions in the game, period. But this champion really trivialized Spider's Den progression for me on this account. Whereas if I did not have the Archer Queen, I probably would have been using Magnarr combined with Kale as my 2 damage dealers into Spider's Den for quite a long time, man. I think that his impact in Spiders is probably enough to justify a spot in like an early game team, and he can help you out there. As for Hydra, even though he kept up with the ninja's damage in Hydra, he also had 400% crit damage, okay? Like, if you're able to build champions on your account with 400% crit damage and like good speeds and like 330 accuracy like he actually had in that previous PvE build that we had him in, you've probably got a better champion than Magnarr at that point on your account. You know, if you've got access to that gear, your account's probably far enough along where you've got better damage dealers to put in that gear than a Magnarr. And so I think realistically, the 4-star rating that Magnarr has into Hydra on hellhades.com is probably a little bit generous. And so my final verdict on Magnarr, busted or bad, is that, you know what, man? If you're in the super early game, I'm going to go ahead and call him busted. Big AoE smacks, he's always going to be useful into wave content. He's going to be pretty good into Spider's Den. He's going to be pretty good into Tag Arena for a long time. He'll stick around in that game mode for a long time until you build out more legendary nukers to help out there. But for me, as soon as you hit like the mid game of your account, I'm going to go ahead and call Magnarr bad. Dude, is that crazy as hell of me? This is the first champion that I'm putting a bad label on under any condition in this series so far, but I just feel like he's a little bit underwhelming, and that his kit is just a little bit too simple, such that he's only really useful in like 2 or 3 areas of the game. And at the end of the day, amongst epic nukers, you're competing with the likes of Genbo, right? And even Ethelyn, I feel like just offers more to your account overall. He brings some utility with his debuffs into Chimera, which is also useful. He brings self buffs of increased crit damage, and then a big AoE smack into Arena. He brings block active skills into Arena on his AoE skill, which is also a double hitter, just like Magnarr's, you know. Other epic nukers, you've got Zagala. She's got a triple hitter A3 that places decreased defense. She can also trigger a free... God, I haven't even tagged in a blessing yet, man. What the hell am I doing? But she can also activate that A3 completely for free if she gets a kill by her 210 cooldown A2. And so she's got some crazy utility too. I've got to do a video reviewing Zagala soon as well, because I only just recently got a 6-star blessing, okay? 6-star awakening. That's why I haven't put a blessing in yet, alright? Don't judge me. Morag, not a bad little nuker, but she also brings ally attack and a strengthened buff. It's like all of these nukers kind of bring some extra special sauce to the table, whereas Magnarr, I feel, just a wee bit one-dimensional by the current, like, modern standards, I guess, of Raid Shadow Legends. What do you guys think? It's going to be very, very, very interesting indeed to read the comments down below on this one, man. So I appreciate all of your thoughts in advance. Do know, by the way, that I do read all of the comments on this channel, even if while I'm pumping out 2 videos a day, I oftentimes don't have time to reply to folks. I do apologize for that. I'm going to try and get better at that, but yeah, let me know what you think. All the same, man. Hey, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit like on the video and all that good stuff. And if you're looking to start off a new Raid Shadow Legends account, the best way you can do that is by clicking on my beginner promo link, which is down below the top of the video description box. Get your hands on Elnaril as your free stat and legendary champion, as well as a bunch of epics as you level up your new raid account. Thanks for stopping by, and I'm going to catch all of you all just a tad bit later, man.